If you feel a lot, but you don't fully trust what you exactly feel, then this is why. Hi, and welcome to this series, the Six Clairs Journey, where I teach you all about how to tap into your intuitive gifts and how you can really be in connection with the higher realms, right? And before we dive in, this is so much. This sound, it really connects me straight away to my higher self and the higher realms. But this I will explain in a later video. Well, the main purpose of this series and actually of this video is to talk about what you're perceiving and why is it that you're not fully leaning on this and that you're not fully accepting and have faith in what you perceive. Because as an intuitive soul, as a starseed, as a light worker, there are lines of communication on a constant basis open to you. And with our human mind, we sometimes lack the understanding what it is exactly that the guides, the spirit guides from the higher realms, are telling us. And it's not about them um, really imposing their will on us, because eventually we're all part of the oversoul, right? It's our higher self, it's actually us. But they are so committed to help us, because we all have this goal, right? This global theme about anchoring love and light on this beautiful planet, Sophia Gaia. That's what we came here to do. And obviously, we have our own sovereign will. We don't have to do anything. However, the guides, who are your spirit guides, your ancestors, your spirit animals, your galactic team councils, your ascended masters, what have you, they are here to guide you, because we came from really high places, high dimensions, and the earth life is very low in density. And as soon as we entered this realm, we came through the veil of forgetfulness. And that made it very difficult to find our way. However, we didn't come without any help. So it's very pleasing to know that you're not alone. And even though we might feel alone sometimes as human beings, because we're not aliens, we're human beings, right? But as starseeds, we were like incarnated all over the globe, and sometimes we ended up in families that are really difficult to find your way in and are really dense. And we bump into situations, into people who are not necessarily making our lives very easy. However, it's always you, it's always me, it's always us who are very powerful to really stay in contact with our divine higher self, and we are able to change things. And of course, the human perception, the human consciousness, the human body is very sacred, and you can learn how to be in contact with the higher realms, with Sophia Gaia as the earth, and then as human beings, we are in the middle. And so we form a bridge from the earth to the higher realms and vice versa. Well, um, before, because I was about to do a short intro, but as soon as I start to talk about higher energies, my enthusiasm takes over. Before I dive into the subject of this video, I would kindly like to ask you, please subscribe to this channel so you'll be notified with a bell to to know when a new video is uploaded. And I'm here for starseed leaders. If you really truly want to step into your highest potential, then this is the channel for you. As a starseed mentor and a starseed guide, I'm very much into reading Akashic Records. I'm also an Akashic Records Keeper, and that's why I'm so into higher energies. And it's a way for me to let my clients know what's happening with their souls, where they come from, what they've been through, and what their challenges and their skills are. And that's what I do in within Akashic Records readings. It's so great to do that. And I'm also one of the priestesses of the Mary Magdalene lineages. As you know, there are a lot of different modalities in which you can really anchor your Christ consciousness. which has nothing to do with the Bible, but it's like it's a way of anchoring love and light, whether you call it the Order of Melchizedek or the White Brotherhood of Light or the Essenes or whatever name you have. There are a lot of names, the purple violet flame, you name it. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. The Rosicrucians as well. It doesn't really matter what you call it or what kind of rituals you practice, as long as it is white practices, and you operate from a pure heart. It's as simple as that. So I'm one of the priestesses. I've had this lovely ascended master, who's also my dear friend Mary Magdalene, who's been guiding and teaching me, and as well with her twin flame, Yeshua, of course. And I'm also a starseed myself. And my first incarnation in the physical realm was as a 5D dolphin in the constellation of Cassiopeia. So that's a quick a story of who I am. And yeah, so that's why I'm very passionate about guiding starseeds, about teaching them how to tune into their own highest potential. Because for me, it's very important that you consider yourself very sovereign and very worthy of doing everything you can dream of. And I'm not your guru. So I'm always teaching my clients, please step into your highest potential. I can help you to really uh, have contact with your inner self, with your heart, with your highest self, with your galactic team. And it's a fun travel for you as well to find out, okay, who am I? What am I able to do, and what are my unique abilities? And I'm very pleased to do that. So basically, what it comes down to, in the previous video I was talking about the purpose of this series. And I was really thinking, okay, I don't want to make the videos too long, because I had this whole course set up, the Six Clairs journey. And then I talked to one of my teachers. She is really the best cosmic teacher so far. Her name is Cosmic Empress Natasha, and we were talking about this course, and she said, "Well, you might have to rethink about it, because it might be too long, because it was like 18 modules and it was over 200 videos, and we were talking back and forth." And I was like, I think she's right. Maybe I should really cut it down and cut it down to pieces, and so you can absorb what you like and what's resonating for you. And I can offer it for free on YouTube. So that's very, yeah, that's basically my gift to you. So the main topic of this video is why your intuition feels off sometimes. And it's not that you don't perceive anything, because in this modern times, we are so busy. We are so consumed with our daily lives, whether it's taking care for our kids or having this really demanding job. And of course, you have these very different roles as a co-worker, as a sister, as a mother, as a wife, you name it. So sometimes it's really hard to perceive everything that's coming through. And the thing is, what I see happening is that you are receiving messages. However, if you find it difficult to set aside some time to really listen what's being said, that it's very difficult to distinct, okay, where is this message coming from, and who is it coming from, and can I even trust what's coming through? And it's always very important to have your own discernment, right? To be able to understand, okay, this is what I perceive, and I know for a fact that it's true. So if you are lacking a bit of structure in your intuitive abilities, it might feel that you may be unstable in your psychic abilities, right? So that's why I'm focusing in this series on the six clairs. And to recap, the six clairs are your intuitive powers, your soul mastery intuitive abilities. So that's clairvoyance. You perceive with your inner vision, which is based in your third eye chakra, your sixth chakra. And then you have clear cognizance, which is perceived through your crown chakra. In later videos, I will explain all what this is about, how you can train it, how you can develop without a doubt, a single doubt, what you're perceiving is to be true. So you have clairvoyance, you have which is clear knowing, right? So that's clear cognizance. Then you have a clear audience, which you perceive with your inner ears, and this can also come through within music, or you hear voices, or maybe you had the feeling once that you were in your car. I had this myself, and I heard my name, and they are were warning me for something in traffic. So this can be the case. And also, which is very common among star seeds and light workers, is clear feeling, which you perceive with your plexus solaris. And it's this feeling that you sense something, and you sense it to be true. And then we have two other mores, which are not that common, but they are happening. And that's glare gustance with your taste. Some people can really attract information with something they taste, and clear aliens, and that's through your nose. Some people can really smell very clairvoyantly. So that's basically the six instruments and the six tools your soul, your higher self, your oversoul, whatever you want to call it, is using to perceive information. And usually, what happens is that one or two of these clairs are really intuitively, by default, your clairs. But in the end, it doesn't matter, because if you are training with these clairs, you smell, you see, you hear, you feel, you know something instantaneously, all at once. So that's the funny thing. You have one or two clairs that are predominantly there by default, but you will notice as soon as you start working with these clairs, which is basically nothing more than to notice them, to train them extra on a daily basis. You don't have to take hours every day, just a couple of times or a couple of minutes a day is enough. As soon as you start working with those clairs, you will notice that the clairs will get stronger. You will get notified within yourself immediately. And it's also important to say that okay, if you are feeling unstable, that's because that's my experience with myself and also with my clients, is that sometimes we don't take the time or really the moment to just feel it, perceive it. So one thing I will teach you is how can you distinct what are your clairs? How can you distinct them? How can you train them and make them stronger? And then how you can trust them. Because if you know how to use them, you are really able to trust them as well. And that's where the fun part starts. Because learning how to know how to work with these clairs is the basics of all. Whether it's your unique ability to work with the sacred waters, to work with children, to work with a portion of your land and work with the divas, or work with the elemental beings like the gnomes or the elves or dragons, or everything that's of a higher vibe, like higher vibe, I mean 5D plus, you can tap into as soon as you know how to work with the sclairs. So isn't that exciting? Because that's what we want, right? We don't, as star seeds and light workers, it's the time to step into our highest potential, right? Aren't we done with taking courses and reading books endlessly without anything to do with it? I mean, of course, learning is something. I'm the eternal student, so I know how fun it is to keep on learning and to keep on developing yourself. But we have to take action. It's now time. I mean, Sophia Gaia needs us more than ever. We need every light work and benevolent starseed to step into the highest potential. And it's really up to you. It's your job to find out what that is. I mean, we have so many great people on this planet, and some people are working with the arts or with music, and some people are reiki masters and yoga teachers, and facilitate retreats, and it's all about anchoring love and light in the end, right? So that's why in this great ascension process, we have to keep on doing the work. And that sounds a bit, yeah, school teachery, but it is true. And like I say, you don't have to give up anything. You can do it on a daily basis, just with a few moments. Just step in, just feel, and just give you a quick heads up. Whenever something's coming through and it's not at the right time, maybe I'm at a party, on a toilet, or maybe I'm, I don't know, doing something, picking up a kid or whatever, and I don't really have the opportunity to tune in. I say, I'll come back to you later. I heard you, and I come back later. And I mean, the thing is, we can do it on a very quickly note, right? We don't have to take hours and hours. That's a funny thing, because the Earth is time is getting faster and faster, and everything is speeding up. So the process of connecting to your higher self has really shortened as well. You can in an instant manifest something and think about something and have contact with your higher guides. But that's for other videos. So in the next video, I'll be talking more about what your intuition might look like, what it is exactly, and how you can truly listen to it without any doubt. And it's also a matter of practicing. And I will be, through this series, giving you some quote unquote homework. And I really hope to see you in the next video. And also, if you want to work one on one with me, you can book a reading. And we'll dive into your soul seed origin, and we have a look at your past lives here on Earth, but also on other planets and dimensions. And if you know someone who might benefit from this series, please um, forward it, because we need all the light workers, and let's stay in contact with each other, right? Even though we live all over the world, let's keep in contact, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.